Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimathe Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so today we are reciting chapter 7, sloka number 26. This is a very, very nice shloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, sloka number 26. Vedaham samatitani. Vedaham samatitani. Vartamanani charjuna. Vartamanani charjuna. Bhavishyani cha bhutani. Bhavishyani cha bhutani. Mam tu veda na kaschana. Mam tu veda na kaschana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows. So in this shloka, there are 3 points here that we can note that Krishna is trying to tell us. The first thing is, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He knows the past, present, and the future. The second thing is that He is seated in everyone's heart. What does this mean? That He knows everyone. And the third point is that no one knows Him. So Krishna knows past, present, and future. Krishna knows all of us, but we do not know Krishna. Now let us look at each of these statements that Krishna says here. If we remember when we were reading the 4th chapter, Krishna tells us that he instructed Vivaswan, the sun god, millions of years ago about the science of the Bhagavad Gita. When Krishna tells this to Arjuna, Arjuna immediately asks Krishna, Krishna, both of us are about the same age. How is it that you say that you instructed Vivaswan millions of years ago? And then Krishna responds to Arjuna. Krishna tells Arjuna, many births you and I have taken. I remember all of them, but you do not. Krishna actually tells this to Arjuna. So we understand here that Krishna does not have a material body. Okay. Now, why is it that we do not remember our past lives? Because we keep changing bodies. We keep changing bodies, so we do not remember our past lives. But Krishna does not change bodies. Krishna has the same transcendental body which is not perishable. Our bodies are perishable, but Krishna's body is transcendental and is not perishable. Okay, so Krishna is transcendental. He does not change bodies. Hence, he remembers the past, present, and the future. He is God. Okay, then the second point, Krishna knows everyone because he is seated in everyone's heart. Krishna says it in this sloka, chapter 7, text 26. We also see that Krishna mentions this in two other places in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, first here, second in chapter 15, text 15. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. I am seated in everyone's heart as the super soul. Again, Krishna mentions this in chapter 18, text 61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddesherjuna tishtati. I am seated in everyone's heart as the super soul. So Krishna is mentioning this in three places, that he is seated in everyone's heart as the super soul. Hence, he knows everyone. Krishna knows everyone. And finally, Krishna tells us here, but me, no one knows. Okay? No one knows me. So, Krishna is like the sun and Maya is like the cloud. Sometimes, to our vision, it seems as though the clouds are covering the sun. But we know that this is only temporary. Are the clouds actually covering the sun? No, the clouds are not actually covering the sun. The sun is always there. The stars, the planets are always there. But it seems as though the clouds are sometimes covering it. Okay, but the cloud cannot actually cover it because the sun is always there. Similarly, Maya is temporary and Maya cannot actually cover the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is always there. He seems covered to us. He seems covered to us, but he is always there. He sometimes, because the clouds are covering the sun, we may not be able to see the sun. Similarly, sometimes because to our vision, Maya is covering Krishna, we cannot see him. Now, I'm sure all of us want to see him, right? Do all of you want to see Krishna?
Yes,
Yes, all of us
yes.
want to see Krishna. I want to see Krishna too. Okay, so Krishna tells us how we can see him. So it's given in the nectar of devotion. Atha Shri Krishna Namadhi na bhavit krayam indriye sevon mukhe hi jivadav swayam eva spuratyadaha. So Krishna's name, form and pastimes are difficult to see. Why? Because we have material senses. We have material senses, and Krishna is very spiritual. So, with our material senses, it is difficult for us to perceive Krishna, who is spiritual. Okay? So, how can we see Krishna? It is said in the third line of the shloka, which I just quoted. Sevon mukhe hi jivadav swayam eva spuratyadaha. Sevon mukhe hi jivadav. When we render service with our tongue, jiva, tongue, okay, then Krishna will start revealing himself to us. How do we render service with our tongue? It starts with the tongue. Ultimately, we use all our senses, but it starts with the sense of the tongue by chanting the holy name of the Lord. That's the easiest thing to do. When we engage our tongue by chanting the holy name of the Lord, all our other senses will start becoming purified. And when we chant the holy name, then the name, form, and pastimes of the Lord will become revealed to us easily. So let us meditate on this point today, that the only way to see or know Krishna is by rendering devotional service, by chanting his holy name. So let us chant the holy name today with sincerity and focusedness and with full concentration.